Howdy, folks. Let's talk about 3 arguments that approximate God. The first one, let's call the time travel argument. Now, I don't believe in time travel, but some people think it's possible. I don't, but whatever. So, suppose that in the future, there's like a time traveler. And he's really powerful because of all his, futuristic technology. And he travels through time, and he appears to humans. And, he talks to them, and he shows off his technology. And, Arthur C. Clarke said that advanced technology is like indistinguishable from magic. So yeah, it's like I guess you could also think of it as miracles. And you're just like, wow, look at this guy. He's so powerful and he can do all this stuff. And everything he does doesn't make sense, but it's happening. And you think, what you would normally think is impossible, aka magic, is possible because it's just tech. So you can just think of God as a more powerful version of the time traveler. It's like you're capable of believing in a time traveler. What about like a really powerful time traveler? And it's like, yeah, God exists outside of time, so it kind of makes sense. And of course, his attitude might seem strange to humans that aren't from the future, in the same way a lot of the Bible seems strange to humans. So, yeah, it would explain all the weirdness of like the Old Testament as an example of, when you're from the future or from outside of time, it doesn't make sense to you. Let's go for another one. I don't really believe in aliens. I think there's like biological life out there in the universe, but I don't believe it's intelligent. Anyway, suppose there's really powerful aliens. All right? And like, what would happen if we met these aliens? Well, maybe they have like, people like to think of them as having extrasensory powers, like they're able to read minds, and not like as a form of magic, but as a form of like, it's just what they're able to do naturally. It's not supernatural, if you will. And you can just keep thinking of stronger and stronger aliens, And if you're capable of believing in aliens, then what's that so different than like God, who is is alien, to us, but extremely powerful. Like, yeah, I guess you could say alien equals wondrous. I guess there needs to be like an equation. So here it is. Wondrous. TGG. I think this is an example of like the Augustine's or whatever's the greatest object example. So okay, last one is kind of similar. You just imagine a being in from another dimension, and it's like, what would beings from other dimensions be like, if indeed there are other dimensions? Well, I think a lot of people are open to the idea of other dimensions and the rules of other dimensions being different. And so those beings could be extremely powerful. They could even be, capable of creating dimensions. And so, like, that's not that different from, like, God, exactly, So it's like the other is, I guess, real is kind of the thing. That would be the equation. Yeah, I just thought it'd be an interesting video to make because, There's people who like believe in time travel, and it's like, well, that's not too far from God. People who believe in aliens, it's like, okay, well, that's not too far from God. And then finally, people who believe in other dimensions. That's not too far from God.